The dating app marriage, real stories of love found on Tinder. I met my husband on Tinder. I had been on what felt like 200 bad dates. It was his first date from an app. He hit wife on the first try. Still pisses me off 10 years later. I knew he was the one after our first date and am still crazy about him. My wife and I met on eHarmony 21 years ago. I always tell people it was the best 35 that I ever spent. Seriously, though, it was a good experience. The system did a great job matching us and curating initial communication. Me and my wife met on Plenty of Fish back in 2013. I had gone on a few dates before her off of there, but nothing that turned into a relationship. Like offline, you just gotta meet that person you gel with. Married, baby due in June. We met on Bumble. Wouldn't change a thing. 2 of my friends found dates on POF and got married, both ended up getting divorced. They both said in hindsight they got married too quickly and for the wrong reasons. Both found new partners through work and are now happily remarried. My husband and I met on OkCupid back in 2010, I think. Our first phone call was during the Vancouver Olympics opening ceremony. The quizzes were fun but also asked real questions. We've been married over 13 years now. Craigslist casual encounters. I win. Met my wife on Tinder in 2017, next year makes it a decade together. We married in 2022, and are expecting our second child next week. Swiping right gave me the best life ever. 1010 experience. Met my now husband through Tinder. Met back in 2019 and got married in 2023. Tinder, 10 years in the fall, 1 child. Met my future wife on Coffee Meets Bagel. We even got the Success t-shirts, smiley face. I met my ex-wife on OkCupid. Obviously we're now divorced, but I wouldn't attribute that to using dating apps at all. We had 2 kids together and were married for 10 years. Met my GF of 3 years on Tinder after that. My wife and I met on Tagged 15 years ago, married 13 years ago. In Indonesia, no less. There's someone out there for everyone. Even if you need a pickaxe, a compass, and night goggles to find them. I met my wife on Match.com. According to her, the first date was nice, the second date was horrible, and she gave me a chance on a third where I sealed the deal. I met my fiancé here, on this very sub. We've been engaged since February. Met my ex-husband on Facebook dating, fair warning it's a cesspool, we met up just to hook up. Fast forward 5 months we ended up in a committed relationship. Fast forward another 5 months and we were married. We're divorced now if that's an indicator lol. I met my husband on Reddit. Hinge, back in 2020. It's probably shit now though. I met her on People to People. No apps back in 1999, this was a website. It was so primitive that you couldn't even post photos. We had 22 great years. I met my husband on a dating app and he ended up being the perfect guy for me. Like the perfect guy for me, like a build-a-bitch but for men. I met my husband on Hinge. I had a lot of bad mediocre Hinge experiences, a few good ones, and the best one of all was my husband. We took it slow and became friends first. I think looking at the apps as a way to meet people you want in your life is a good approach. Met on OkCupid back in 2019. Good experience with meeting her and previous dates. Met my husband on OkCupid, he is my everything. American singles. Just celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary. Met on Bumble in April of 2020 still together, happy today. Not Tinder but Match. Coming up on 19 years this fall. Met my wife on Match. I swiped though everyone in our area and was about to give up and she gave me a like. True part, her one and only. Been together since then 6 years ago. Met on Plenty of Fish. Been together 10 years, married for 6. My husband and I met on Match.com 23 years ago. We are happily married with 2 kids. My uncle married someone from Tinder. They're still married, somewhat happy, probably happier than they were single. Pre-internet great expectations. Married 31 years. Tinder, 3 years married with 1 kid. We started dating in the pandemic and I knew right away that I wanted to keep the date going, and then it just never stopped. I feel like the last 5 years has been a continuation of our first date. Matched with my now wife on 2 apps. My first message to her after we matched the second time was something like, "I see we matched on 2 different apps, it must be fate." Here we are 7 years later. Editing this because I forgot to actually answer the question. I otherwise thought dating apps were a mixed bag. Had some good dates, had some not great ones, and plenty of girls I matched with never responded to my intro message. I felt like sometimes I had to buy a premium membership to even get noticed, so the apps were definitely good at pushing me towards considering that. She was my first date from Tinder that wasn't just coffee. We've been together for 10 years, married 9. She's my best friend and the reason I hustle home after work. We worked in same hospital, knew some same people but had never met. I was divorcing with 4 teenaged kids and a mess of a human. She was an empty nester with a career. I still wonder sometimes why she stayed. But we own a business now and work together in our office every day. Get frustrated with things about each other but overall enjoy working together. Had some Bumble disasters though. Dated someone from Tinder and that failed, Bumble failed, but Hinge gave me my husband. Married 4 years, together 7, and just welcomed our son in January.